You were created to be a creator. You're called to create the life of your dream. And today, you can decide and choose that you're going to create your life and you're going to create your future according to who you are, your real identity. Your real identity is to be co-creator with heaven, to manifest what you have in your heart, the desire you have in your heart, to manifest the life of your dream. 83%, the data show that 83% of the American, they don't like their life. They're like a victim of their life, and it's like a loop that doesn't end. It's like a hamster in a cage. They don't see the change. Maybe they pray, they meditate, they work hard, they do everything they have to do, but they are stuck in the same loop, the same pattern. And this is what we're going to talk today. We're going to talk about how you can create this life that you desire, the power you receive, and simple way, the blueprints, how to implement the teaching I'm going to give you today that you can start right now to create the life you always desired. And stay with me. And this is what we're going to talk today.
Hi, it's Dr. Martine Wilkie, and welcome to the Limitless podcast.
I'm Dr. Martine Wilkie. I'm so glad that you're here right now in this podcast because what I'm going to share with you, I wish that somebody could tell me that many years ago. I never realized that I was really a creator. I had dreams, I had some goals in my heart, I was working hard, but still I was wishing and hoping that maybe my life will be amazing, but not sure. But believing that I can have a life that I desire, but not understanding the power that I had at this time. And this is what I want to share with you. Because your real identity at the base, the foundation, is to be a creator. According to your identity, your own personality, with your skill, your zone of genius, what you're called to be and to do, not to do and after that to be and after that to do. So many people, they're running left to right to try to succeed their life. They try to make money, they try to imitate people, they try to copy people because it's look like amazing, but they're not that. They're not created to be this person. And nothing is better in life and more successful to fulfill the real nature, identity of who you are, and to build your life according to who you are. I really believe that real success in life is to succeed what you were called to be and to impact and monetize what you are called to be. And first of all, you're a creator, and you have to create according to who you are, your identity. You know, you grew up in an environment that they just train you with a lot of information, and we call this kind of repetition the illusory truth, that more you repeat something to somebody, it's going to start to believe it. And it's why we're conditioned to believe what was repeating to us, what was repeated to us. And this is why we need to change what we receive. You know, in psycho, when we study, we find out that between the age of 0 to 7 years old, everything that you receive, words, experience, reaction, affection or no affection, everything that you receive, fear, rejection, judgment, critics, everything programming you. And from the age of 0 to 7 years old, after that, for all the rest of your life, the majority of people, they continue to live their life according to what they receive here. It's like an adult with the memory and the feeling and the experience of this little child. And this is why we need to go back and to realize that today I'm not this little child anymore. And I have the choice. And I can take responsibility. And I can build the life that I always desire. Then for that, you need to realize what was sold in me, in my feeling, my emotion, my mindset, my psycho, my neuro, my brain, spiritually, everything I am. What was sown in me, that I have the power to revisit what I receive and recode my life, my soul, my interface according to what I want, not what I received. You keep the good, you delete, you removed the bad, And you have this responsibility today, first of all, to identify everything that you receive in your childhood, maybe you were at school with friends or your parents, your environment, at church, teachers. What do you receive between 0 to 7 years old or 0 to 12 years old? I can say this is really where everything is happening and programming you in your life. Plus, you receive the memory of generation in your blood, the voices of generation in your blood speaking right now, in you, through you, try to keep you in the same loop that the generation before. Let's just give me an example. So many people, they come to me and they're confused about who they are, their identity, their destiny, their script, the book of their life, their destiny. But everybody in their bloodline was confused also. The majority was confused. And the same voices in the blood try to keep you confused. Like the generations, same struggle in your finances, same pattern in your life. And you were born in this family and you receive from their own voices in the blood and from their mouth the same kind of information and pattern, and just try to keep you in the same loop and same thing and to reproduce the same level limitation, and you're stuck there. 30 seconds to share with you my brand new book, Activate Heaven on Earth with the Limitless Interface. You need this book if you want to activate the life of your dreams and you're tired to work so hard and don't see the breakthrough, don't see the change. You need to understand the psycho-neuro-spiritual system that I explain in this book with the right action strategies to manifest the dream that you have, the desires that you have, and to see the next level of wealth, success, abundance, and destiny for your life. You have one life to live, and you can maximize this life if you understand these principles and you apply it in your life. Then click on the link and get this book. You're going to be amazed by all the information and also the system to apply to see the transformation in your life. Now you're the creator of your life. You were created to be a creator. And right now you can identify what you receive. Number one, identify what you receive. And you keep the good, but you renounce. We say in Hebrew, you teshuva, you turn from what you receive that was not good, you renounce that, and you decide to reprogram yourself according to who you really are, not who you're going to be, who you are. Because who you want to be, you're already this person. You're already this person that want to, and just this memory of generation try to keep you in the same resistances, same fears, same voices, same pattern. I remember when I started 26 years ago, to realize, okay, I'm not going to have the same pattern than the generation before with my weight, torment with food, stuck with addiction like the generation before. And I was stuck in this loop that I received. And when I realized I can change my life, I can change not because of diets. I was doing diets for years. It was not working long term, just short term. I needed to become the real identity that who I was called to be, not according to the generation before, not according to what the doctor said. You're going to have the same body like your family. You're going to have the same struggle, the same problem. Who I am, and I decided to be this person already there. To decide I'm already this person that is free, slim, with no problem with food, no problem with my weight. And this is where started the revelation. I was at this time social worker, studying psychology. And after that, I studied in theology for years. And everything I explained to you is all connected all together. Your psycho, your brain, your spiritual side, your action, everything. And I started to say, no, I am already this person. I'm already rich, I'm already successful, I'm already slim, I have already, and I took one thing. You have to take one thing. You don't take many things at the same time because you have to reprogram yourself to be creator in this area of your life. And for that, you're gonna need to work on it to the day you're gonna realize that you are that and you're not the past anymore. You strip off yourself from the old way, the old man, and you put the real one. And for that, you take one thing that you want to work on it, and you say, this is what I want to fix right now. It's going to be a work. It's going to be a pattern, because the memory of generation will fight you. Listen, it's going to fight you to keep the same pattern in your life, that this paradigm can be transmitted to the generation after. When you realize that you're choosing to create a new pattern in your family, you will have to be focused. You will have to take one thing and to work on it and to succeed. You're going to face the law of polarity. I'm talking about two laws right now. The law of focus, because the only reason a man is going to fail, it's a broken focus. Then you keep the focus, and you're going to have the law of polarity. What is the law of polarity? It's like the law of gravity. If you jump, you're going to fall. Then this is why you need to realize the polarity when you take a decision to bring a change in your life. And especially a change that brings you higher than the generation before. Let me explain. Maybe your family was successful financially, but now you want to build your own businesses. You don't want to just a job. You want to build your business, but nobody in your family succeeded in businesses. That you had to realize, okay, we had some success financially, so a certain level. Now I want to go higher and build my businesses. You're going to face resistances, and you're going to face the law of polarity. The law of polarity will try to keep you in the same pattern and going back to what you were and not where you want to go. And it starts today. The law of polarity, you take a decision and you're going to have a reaction. You're going to have some surprises. You decide to start to work out, then you feel sick, or your children are sick, or try to change your schedule. Every time you decide that you're going to create a different result in your life, you're going to see the law of polarity. And this is why in the second point, you need to take one area and just work on it and keep focused no matter what is going on. You have to take by force your decision and keep going no matter what is going on, because you are creating something new. And every time we create something new, the law of polarity will hit and try to bring you back to your past and the old way. This is the point today. You are a creator, and you can change every aspect in your life. And when I decided to do that in one area and I succeeded, I started to do it in another area, to implement my psycho, my neuro, the spiritual, and the right action. When I decided I'm not going to be trapped with the food problem, the torment with food and food addiction and weight problem, I create the body I want. I create the freedom I want. I stopped to just relate to a mechanical technique, and I started to be this person. And this is the other point I want to share with you. You need to be this person, to be the person you want to create right now. And I started to look at myself and said, this is not what I see in the mirror. I am already free. I am already slim. And I started to create according to what I was saying that I am, and stop to try to fix the external and fix the internal and be this person and reprogram myself. And these voices of generation, and in my family with food problem, diets, restriction, weight problem, was talking to me all the time. And today we talk about some medicine help to stop the food noise. But when they stop to take the medicine, the food noise come back. Where do you think the food noise come from? It comes from the blood. The epigenetic science prove that the blood speaks. Do you know that? The science proof that you receive the blood of generation and what they faced in their life, the addiction, fears, anxiety, trauma, experience was transferred to your blood, and you're dealing with the voices in the blood from the generation. And the epigenetic science proved that with many experiences. This is why we have to stop and say, okay, you're not dealing with your own feeling or emotion and voices. You're dealing with what the family was struggling with. And when I realized that this voice is talking to me with food, because food torment is a voice talking to you. And when I started to implement one thing to fix, change my mindset, be very committed to destroy these voices and to do massive action opposed to these voices, and do the right action and say, no, I'm not this anymore. I'm not tormented with these voices anymore. I'm not this person. I am the creator of my life. Hope you received that right now, because you can have maybe with food the same struggle that I faced many years ago, or maybe it's with money. You're in fear all the time to have lack. And more you focus on something, more it's going to increase. It's why when I switch my brain and rewire my brain to believe by repetition what I decided to be right now and not what I was, I started to rewire my brain to believe and to act another way and reacting another way, because I stopped to listen to these voices and to take authority and be very offensive, and to show to these voices that they were not controlling me by doing massive action opposed to these voices. And stop to focus on what these voices created in my life. Follow me. Stop to focus on what these voices want to sow in me, influence me, controlling my emotion, controlling my habits, my action, and do massive action opposed to these voices. If you realize that these voices is not your voice, and you start to do massive action opposed to these voices, you're going to start to see the other result. Because where you focus, the increase comes, the flow comes. Then when you focus on lack, you produce more lack. When you focus on need, you're going to produce more need. I need money. I need to lose weight. I need my marriage to go better. You focus on what is lacking, missing, and it's just increasing, instead to turn and start to implement the spiritual law for success. And one of the spiritual law that I want to share with you, that your creator is your imagination. Everything you see in the natural come from first the imagination. Was created twice, in the mind, imagination, and physically. And this is why you need to realize that everything you're going to create in life, everything you created in life, comes from first you thought about it, you saw it. And when you start to change your imagination for the creation you want to create, you can change your life in 7 days. God created the earth in 7 days. You're created the image of God. And you can create the life of your dream with the 7-day cycle creation. How can you control a year if you cannot control 7 days? This is why I created this training, 7-day cycle creation. You have a checklist for every day what to do. 7 days you take control. If you take control over 7 days, again and again, you're going to take control over your year, and you're going to build the life of your dream. You're going to see your life be limitless and to go to another level again and again and again. This 7-day cycle creation, it's a powerful training, simple, fast result with the structure you need to take control over 7 days. Every day, you have some homework to do. You have your visualization, you have your affirmation, you have the video teaching, plus you have bonuses to help you to understand all the principle. You apply this 7-day cycle creation training, and you're going to see your life will change. You're not going to regret. This powerful training will get the result you work for so long, you hope for so long, you desire for so long. It's your time, it's your season. Take this amazing opportunity to create the life of your dream by applying the same principle. How God created the earth, you apply the same principle to create the life of your dream, and you're going to see it's working. Get this training right now. Click on the link below, and you will be so blessed, and you're going to see your life will change. Maybe right now you don't have the relationship you desire. Maybe you don't have the finances you desire. Maybe you don't have the success in your business you desire. Maybe you have a lot of success in your business. I'm coaching high clients. They have many businesses, a lot of success, but they're stuck in some area in their life, and they don't understand why they can create so much success there, but they're stuck there. Because we need to understand the principles, how to create and apply to every area. And they do stuff in one area they don't realize that they are not doing in the other area. And this is why they're blocked, they're stuck there. You need to understand that the spiritual law that you put in action in the natural, you're going to produce another result. Like an iceberg. You know, you just see the peak of the iceberg. This is the visible. It's just a little portion. But the biggest portion that is underwater, 80%, it's invisible. And when you start to understand that you create from the invisible to the visible, you start to change your way of doing. You are a creator. And the law of imagination is the start. You start to have a vision and you start to imagine, to create scenario in your mind, to have role play according to the future. You feel yourself there, you see yourself there. And when you do that, you start to have idea, concept, strategies, how to do it. You start to feel it and to embody. You have many laws that you have to use. And this is my fourth point right now. To be, and when you're to be, to do, to have, you need to understand that when you use the same principles that people of success, they use in some area, we need to translate that to every area in your life. Because so many people I coach, high clients, high performance, they have success in their finances, but they're stuck in their body and they don't understand because they have full noise, they have the voices of generation, their identity is according to they were always being this person with stuck with this problem. They don't have this struggle with other area in their life. We need to understand all these laws, like the law of gravity, is working for everybody. And when you start to see yourself, have the vision that is already done, and you imagine yourself, and you feel yourself like it's already done, and you have the joy, like I did. I started to see myself like it's already done and imagine myself always. My imagination was stronger than the fact. And you start to feel like it's already done. And when the voices and all the resistances come, you rebuke it, you renounce, you do massive action oppose, and you continue to feel. It's a switch. You rewire your brain, you reprogram your mind, your belief system, and you start all your being, spirit, start to feel another person like you already called to be. Because remember, you're not called to be the placebo of the generation where you come from, the limitation, the frustration, the resistances. You're called to be a creator. And a simple way to do it is to implement this principle and to work on it, to apply every day, not just, oh, that's good. No, you work on it. Like somebody go in the gym and work on it and build a muscle to be this person and to be the creator. You can turn on or turn off your gene according to the environment, what you listen, what you believe, and what you do. Then you're not called to be stuck where you are right now. This is the good news. You have the power. You have the power to create the life you always desire. What you have, the dream in your heart, the success you want, you have this power to create it. And if you're very committed and you do everything you have to do to build your muscle spiritually, psychologically, your brain, who you are, to be this person, to be the creator, you're going to change your life and you're going to change the story of your bloodline. This is amazing. Because everything that is not changed in your life, it's going to be transmitted to the next generation. Then you have the choice right now, not only for you, but for your descendants, to bring the change and to become a creator of what you desire for your life and for your family, and not just be the victim of what happened in your bloodline, in your family, or around you right now. You can have the success you desire. It's going to ask you effort. It's going to ask you commitment. You can work hard and going nowhere, or you can work hard the right way, and you're going to have so much more result. Because it's not only about working hard. I saw people working hard all their life, praying, fasting, hoping, persevering. believing, oh, maybe if it's the will of God, da da da. They never seen their promise come to pass. Your call to be what God created you to be, first of all, to be co-creator with heaven and to activate heaven in your interface, who you are. You are the interface between heaven and earth, your dream, your desire, and the result. And when you change that, everything's going to start to change. Why other people are moving forward and you don't see the result in your life? You work so hard and you don't see the change. You would like to live the life of your dream. You would like to succeed the purpose of your life, your destiny, to succeed your dreams, your desire, but you don't see the change. You don't see the result. You don't see the transformation. And this is something I learned in my life the hard way, and I want to share that with you, that nobody talk about that. I wrote a book that it's called Activate Heaven on Earth with the Limitless Interface. And in this book, I talk about a hacker that is working behind the scene, try to contaminate and steal your life, what you're supposed to produce, to function well, to have result in your life. And if you don't understand that you are the interface and you are the portal between heaven and earth, and you have a hacker working behind the scene, that you look at other people, they seem to have success, it's easy for them, but you are fighting a resistance that other people maybe they don't have to fight in their life. And this is why I created the Success and Money Ceiling Breaker Library, to help you to understand the psycho, neuro, and spiritual system with the right action strategy to apply to change your life and to fulfill your dreams, to have the life you desire. I felt for everything in my life and I understood how to do it. And this is why I wrote this book and I built this library to help you to succeed the life you want. Not the life I want, the life you want. The life that you desire. You have one life to live. And this is why you have this money and success ceiling breaker library that you can have right now. $1 per course, 20 courses, $20 for 20 courses to help you to understand what is going on. The neuroscience, prove what I'm teaching, the psycho, the spiritual, and the right strategies. I'm a businesswoman. Faith without action is dead. You need to understand what to do in the natural, but 80% of the result come from the invisible, the psycho, the neuro, the spiritual. When you understand the 4 dimensions all together and you apply it in your life, you're going to start to have the result you want. This is how I started to have the weight that I wanted, the marriage, the money, the result, the health, the dream life, the lifestyle, everything. And I'm there for you. Take this course and you're going to be amazed how your life will change if you apply the principle. Now, this is the point. You start to feel and assume. This is the law of assumption. You assume that is already done and you maintain, you sustain this work. You start to talk, to speak. You talk, you speak like it's already done. You're a creator. If you speak like it's not done, you're going to create it's not done. When you focus that you don't have it, it's going to increase you don't have it. You need to recalibrate yourself, put back a real posture like a creator. And if everything that first is invisible, then you're going to create the visible. Then you need to start with what look like invisible, like oxygen. It's invisible, but you breathe. And you experience what is invisible for your success. Same with gravity. It's invisible, but you experience it. Then this is why you need to understand that because you're called to be a creator, this is very important to create the life you desire. The Veta technique, it's first of all the vision, to visualize. What do you see? You need to see this, the situation already fulfilled, the destination. Then you can keep your eyes where you're going. Because where your eyes goes, your feet follow. This is why you need to keep your eyes on your goal. Because all the voices of generation will try to bring your eyes on the past, the present that was created from the generation, and the fact. And if you do that, you're going to be stuck there. because you're going to put your eyes on what was created, not what you want to create. Then you need to have a clear vision of what do you want to create. And then you need to have the emotion, the feeling. This is the Vita system, to feel it with joy and to assume that it's already done. You assume with joy and you sustain that and you practice that and you put back yourself. Then you're going to start after that to talk, to speak. If we can speak to our plants and they grow, you need to speak on your life and your vision like it's already done, because life and death is in the power of your tongue. And you're going to eat the fruit. Then this is why you need to speak the truth. And you need to speak your vision, what you see like it's already done, and feel the joy and do the right action, because all of that without action is dead. Then you need to do that. And you need to be in action. More you're going to be in action like it's already done. And you do it. And you act like this person. You are this person. You are there before you get there. You're going to start to act differently, to take decisions differently, to take strategy, to make strategies and to do actions. And you're going to create something different. Remember, you're not called to be the victim of your family, where you come from, your environment, what you receive, or what you see right now. You can change today your life by your decision to become who you're really called to be. First of all, creator of your life. Secondly, you have to decide to be the person you are always called to be, and to stand on it and to work on it. And then you're going to start to do things differently and to have different results. If you want more, I have more. I have my Money Selling Breaker Library 20 courses. For a limited time, I offer this library for only $20. It's amazing. I receive every day a lot of comments of people getting this course, and they're so blessed by everything provided in this library. Then I hope that you were blessed today. Then please like this video, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel that you can receive video every week and be blessed and increase in your change and your transformation to be a blessing for your life, but all the people you love around you. Put a comment. I'm reading every comment all the time and I'm answering people. And if I want to answer a question or something, I can do a video next time on your question. Then be blessed and see you next time. Bye-bye.